Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. Got a video today from Shushi Said. Ungrateful stay-at-home wife wants husband to be two places at once. Help with the kids and still work the 60 hours. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. It's chow time.
The big stress is that I have to work 50, 60 hours a week to make the money. And then she wants me home helping with the kid.
So let's say he's been gone since 4 a.m. Then they tell him, hey, can you do a run till midnight? Or can you do a run till 3 a.m? And he's like, yeah, sure.
But it's the only income in the house.
Correct.
Jeez. Poor guy. Joseph, welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Shisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Stay-at-home mom. You guys are going to want to see this. Wants husband to work less while she doesn't work. And somehow still wants the bills to be paid. And somehow is complaining.
Doesn't make
She's
sense.
a stay-at-home mom, but is complaining. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
Me being the sole provider for 2.5 years I thought that she'd be going back to work a year and a half ago and we'd have a lot more money.
Is there any stress or strain on the fact in the relationship, on the fact that it's been pushed longer than was anticipated?
I would say yes.
How so?
So I carry a lot of stress and so there's some stresses. So the big stress is that I have to work 50, 60 hours a week to make the money. And then she wants me home helping with the kid. And those are mutually exclusive. If I work a 15-hour day, there's only so much, so that
60 hours and you want him home helping out with the kid.
The man barely has time to sleep.
that's the stress, is that give and take of her needing help, which is fair and reasonable. And me being like, well, I have to work.
What do you think about that, Sophia?
I see where he's coming from, but at the same time, it's one of those things like I can't get the best of both worlds.
No, you
So I
can't.
feel that I
Shut the fuck up. Like, how women make light of these subjects and light of these matters of their husbands stressing out like a motherfucker, trying to figure out how to fucking make you happy and fucking take care of the bills and make sure the kids are good. You just laugh it off and laugh in his face.
want him home, but also I personally don't think he needs to work as much. But he wants.
You think he doesn't need to work as much?
No,
But you said he's living paycheck to paycheck. That
correct.
you guys
So
So what would he do
doesn't even
different
make
in
sense.
terms of hours?
he okay, I should rephrase, I guess. He should work, his hours should look a little bit different in the sense that he's not gone for 18 hours a day.
Does he have that
'Cause
choice in that
that's-
position?
Yes.
Do you have
he
that choice
makes
in that
his own
position?
schedule.
Yes and
So why
no.
then? Why are you doing it?
Okay, so in the business, if they call you and you say, oh, hey, I can't do that run, they'll just give it to somebody else, and then you might not work the next day.
Correct.
That's just how the business works.
Okay, so it doesn't fully have the choice then in that context.
No.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He has to pick up those runs because obviously it affects him with future runs and then will inevitably affect the income that's coming into the home. Let's keep listening.
He doesn't have the fully of the choice, but if he takes runs constantly without weighing the cost. So let's say he's been gone since 4 a.m.
Shut the fuck up. He weighed the costs. He weighed the future detriment of not taking these runs. He already weighed it. If he does take this run, oh, cool, he gets to spend an extra 2 hours with you. Well, guess what? The next day, he doesn't get any work. How is that okay?
morning, then they tell him, hey, can you do a run till midnight? Or can you do a run till 3 a.m? And he's like, yeah, sure.
But it's the only income in the house.
Correct.
Jeez. Poor guy. Poor guy. There's nothing worse than a woman who's completely ungrateful when she really should be very appreciative of what she has. Check out this top comment that says, she doesn't understand how truly blessed she is to have a man like this. Such strange times we live in.
The woman is a stay-at-home mother. Maybe 20, 15% of women get to live that lifestyle. And she still is upset that he can't help out with the kids. The man works 15-hour days, stressing like a motherfucker, has to take jobs he doesn't want to take so he makes sure he can keep producing the same amount of income because you guys are still living paycheck to paycheck according to you. How the fuck is he supposed to reduce hours if you guys are still barely making it?
Where you have, on one hand, women who are working and wishing that their husbands made more money. Women who are working, don't have a husband and don't see a reason for getting with the man unless if they became a stay-at-home mom. Then you have women who are married to a man who doesn't work at all. And then you have a woman who's being taken care of and doesn't have to work while the man's trying to figure out the financial part and she's taking care of the home. All four of those women are unhappy, which leads me to think a lot of this is just a mindset shift and is being more grateful. It reminds me of another video of a woman who's complaining about the same thing pretty much, right? Do you guys remember this video? Let's check it out.
You know what makes me crazy? I'm so excited to have my husband home on the weekends.
Oh, I remember this video.
But then after breakfast, he goes outside, mows, and does lawn work for like hours. And so I'm just still inside doing what I'm always doing, alone, watching these kids. It's like I get...
It really shows that these mothers don't care to be mothers. They don't like the motherhood. They don't like spending time with their kids. They don't like teaching their kids. They don't like any of that stuff. They just wanted the title of mother. They wanted that big fancy wedding and to be taken care of. But since they have kids now, they can't be fully taken care of because they have to take care of kids and they are upset by it. This is the modern women, guys.
that he has to maintain the lawn, and I'm glad he does it, but it still irks me. Like, come inside, come hang out with us, change a diaper. You guys get this?
Well, why don't you go outside, mow a lawn, trim some hedges, go make some goddamn money, and make sure the household is okay? Why don't you go do some of that? Then he'll maybe be able to go come and take care of the kids for you and maybe spend some time with the kids like you want.
All right, so there she is complaining online. Do you guys get this? My husband is out there taking care of the lawn when he could be in here helping me change a diaper. He's gone working all the other days. Come in here with us. And of course, the people responded back to this. Let's check out the first comment that says, mow the effing lawn then. Yeah, good video. If you guys want to go check out that video, it is called Ungrateful Wife Shames Husband Publicly About Not Spending Enough Time and Assisting. Let's check out some comments from the video that we just saw about the woman who's not grateful for being able to be a stay-at-home mom. Here's somebody else who had something to say about that. They said he's working 2 times so she doesn't have to and complains about him working. Here's another woman who says this man is clear.
15-hour days, that's 2 full-time shifts right there almost. 8 hours fucking a day. Like, the man is doing 2 shifts on a daily to make sure you guys are okay, and you're still barely living paycheck to paycheck, and you're not willing to go work, even though it was planned for like a year and a half ago for you to go back to work. That's how lazy you are and how entitled you became, and thinking that he just has to take care of you and he still has to help with the kids.
Clearly overworked, shaking my head. She needs a job, at least part-time. Another person here says he's trying hard, man. Somebody else here added, she needs to get a job or cut their costs of living down to where he doesn't have to work as much. We got somebody else here who says she sees what he's saying, but doesn't care a single bit. Somebody else here added, being a stay-at-home mom is draining and hard. A man works 50 to 60 hours a week too. I also miss him, but I cannot complain. We live comfortably and he wants me to be home raising his kids. Here's another comment that says she ain't being fair. Somebody else here added she's ungrateful. Find someone else that will appreciate and help you. She could get a job. Here's another comment that says, I cannot wait for the day I'm a stay-at-home dad. Imagine having nothing to do but cook and clean while playing and watching your kids sleep. Somebody else here added,
That's pretty much it. Women make it seem like this unbearable job. It's so daunting and all this. Kids sleep. Kids play around. You make some food. You clean up. You're playing with your kids all day. That is such a privilege. Like, men don't ever get this privilege almost ever. We have to make sure the kids are fed and fully taken care of. We don't get to spend the same time as you. But yet you use that against us. You don't think we want to spend time with our kids too?
sorry sometimes they don't sleep, but if her kids are in school, she could get a part-time job, which the guy responded back and says, imagine not being able to sleep and still having to wake up at 4:30 a.m. and still drop them off and go to work. I understand the part-time job, but I'd love to have that option. Here's another man who says, looking after your child is a breeze. Housework only takes a couple of hours. I would much rather be a stay-at-home parent than go to work. It is a breeze. Somebody else here adds she can at least do a part-time. Here's another comment that says if she wants him home, they both can switch to 9 to 5 and get off and enjoy time with their family. Here's another person who responded back to that guy and said, sounds like he's a truck driver by the mention of runs in quotation marks. Work. Can't switch from that to 9 to 5.
I'm almost positive this man is making over 100 rand, maybe close to 200 rand if he's working 15-hour days as a truck driver.
5, make the same income right off. Here's another man who says, so she has one thing to do but needs help, but he is the only one that works. I'll say this. I'm not somebody who sits here and says that raising up children is easy, because I don't know how many kids they do have. If they have a lot of kids, it could get very, very hectic. If it's just one kid, then it's like, what are you complaining about? But if they have a bunch of kids, it can get crazy trying to raise up a bunch of kids. But what ends up happening, and I've said this many times before, is that when a woman is a stay-at-home mom, it doesn't happen all the time, but what you risk is she starts thinking that she's actually working harder than you.
Yes.
They may start forgetting how it's like to actually work.
Yep.
And to produce income. They just see you when you're hanging out at home and you're not picking after yourself and you're in rest and recovery mode instead of housework and assistant mode, right? As always, I'm curious to know, what do you think? Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pot tonight.
Shout out to Sushi Zed. No, this is another factor of why men don't want to get married. Just the ungratefulness of women when they become wives, they become stay-at-home mothers, when they have kids. You know, everything gets planned. Oh, we're gonna work hard together. Once we have kids, I'll still work and all this. But all of a sudden, once they have kids, boom, they don't want to work anymore. Everything changes. Plans changes. Now the man just has to struggle to fix everything. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.